Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy for nerds by nerds. I'm Nerdarchust Dave, and today I'm joined by all these nerds. And we are playing not Dungeons and Dragons tonight. We'll be playing the Quest RPG with our guide through Ingest Quest. Doug.
Whoop, whoop. Hey, what's up? Yes, like Dave said, we are playing Ingest Quest, the spiritual quasi-literal successor to an earlier campaign. And it's a fantasy-esque space culinary exploration adventure. As the new crew of Ingest Quest pursues Dr. Sherbet West and his deep fried ones minions into the verse aboard Arlash, a living manta ray-like juvenile ship that is also the child familiar companion of one of the characters. The doctor used a recipe for great mold ones from the Necronamnamnam to ruin a gala that welcomed the ship back to known space and escape. But why? We'll find out as this campaign continues, but we'll follow our tradition on our Tuesday night group of doing player recaps, and I will choose to start off Ted, who's playing Oralu.
Hey. So last time, as Doug pointed out, we were at a gala for Orlu. He had snuck aboard Erlosh because he's a super fan of the earlier Ingest Quest and was hoping to meet the cast and crew. And unfortunately, they all seem to have disappeared, but Sir Cass happened to be there. So he befriended the ship through a series of treats that he had found, which he, of course, ran out of. And then through a series of whoever this, Dr. Sherbert is, using this book of recipes, created these weird things that were like food-like treats that were walking around like insects. He captured one and wound up bringing it to Sir Kaz's attention, and the quest was off to try and figure out what was going on and to thwart these things. So yeah, lots of fun.
You want to pass it to somebody else?
Oh, that's right. Pass it to somebody else. So, since I mentioned Sir Kas, I will toss it to her.
Okay, so Arlosh has gotten into his sassy teenage phase apparently and doesn't think it's cool to be friends with the same people I'm friends with. So I'm going to try to respect that. It's just he'll grow out of it, I'm sure. We fought a giant baked good with people in it, and apparently some of the people that were at the party stopped being able to taste sweet things. So we're going to try to fix that. And I'm going to pass it to, is it Christopher?
Yes, Christopher. Okay, so Christopher threw a gala aboard Arlosh to celebrate the return of the crew that went missing, or rather, the one person who went missing, which was Sir Kas. The others, Sir Kas doesn't remember what happened. And so that's one of the many mysteries to unfold. As mentioned, there was a bread monster. There were a couple red monsters. There were some terrible firebugs. We got our resident group together with aboard Arlosh, starting by finding the firebugs, as Sir Kas was wont to do, meeting Uralu the stowaway. Christopher, of course, followed, and we met Erlon, who was one of the mercenary company that was supposed to be standing guard. However, in true cartoon fashion, he tied someone up in a closet and stole their fancy garb, which he now wears. And I'm going to pass it to him.
Mostly what I remember is Urlan trying to hide from the rest of the Star Thunder mercenary company so he did not get drafted back or punished for being a deserter. Even though Uralu said dessert sounded fabulous. Not this kind of dessert. And he got to be useful and help out and, ply his trade as a gift mercenary, even though he's not really about that gift life anymore. And I had a lot of fun making up non-existent fun facts about GIF throughout the last session, which half of which I'll probably forget. The most important thing to know is whatever the SpellJammer version of NPR is, that's all GIF listen to or watch for entertainment.
And we also did, I'm sorry for jumping back in, but
no, go ahead.
We also did, learn through Christopher's narrative that apparently in this universe they watch Dungeons and Delving.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They're long lost episodes.
Yeah. I wonder what will happen to Robert, who was tied up aboard a ship. I guess.
Poor Robert. Poor Robert. He never.
He
asked
sworn
for it.
vengeance, and even now hunts me.
So first thing of note is, it's been a few hours, Arlash, following Erlan's, I forget what it's called, but the sort of tracker at the end of his utility knife in the pommel.
It's totally called a tracker.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. I didn't know if you had a cool name for it or anything.
Yeah, it's
Patent pending.
it's
but
my
yes,
hippo tracer.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna write that down. So a few things have been going on. It's been a few hours. Arlash is just steadily following it. I don't know what anybody might have been up to, but because everybody had just taken off so quickly, and Nerlag is actually still aboard the ship. He had been just hiding and ducking out of cover from all the chaos at the gala. And he actually has a little sort of magical device that records audio and sound that floats around with him. And he's just been walking amongst the ship, seeing what everybody's doing, and kind of, unless he's not being intrusive, but he's producing a show. He's chronicling what's going on, seeing what everybody's up to.
So unless specifically asked, Overlu would be basically giving Sir Cass the full interrogation, but asking all kinds of questions about their experience through the last Ingest quest. I'm like, I heard that you got Erlash from Edamame at the bottom of water. What was that like? What did she sound like? How did that go? Did you have a favorite crew member on the ship? Just on and on until basically he was given something to do, or Sirkas made an excuse to go somewhere else.
Oh, eventually that excuse would be forthcoming. She would try to be patient and answer several of those questions. And then finally, I need to be by myself for 2 hours, sense would start tingling, and she would be like, I think I left the oven on, and then just leave.
What about Erlan? Has he busy himself? Is he trying to pick up NPR?
Well, I think he just tries to find useful things to do on the ship because he's used to having, duties to attend to. And if he isn't given them, then he starts making up his own, whether it's swabbing the deck or coiling rope, or rope that's already been coiled. He goes over, uncoils it, recoils it, right next to it. Basically grunt style jobs.
Okay.
And I guess, he wants to talk to the doctor, Christopher, a bit too, because of his what are you calling your magic, doctor?
Oh, it's necromancy.
Oh, I thought you had another term for it.
Oh, no, not particularly. It's necromancy. It's
Never
definitely
mind.
necromancy.
I'm totally misremembering.
He does like the idea of the necro nom nom nom, honestly. He's probably currently working on more of those cupcakes. One of my items is a baker's dozen of pink cupcakes. So he probably just keeps that stocked with 13 cupcakes because 13 is, of course, his favorite number. And,
yeah, so
this round, the pink frosting looks like it has little teeth made of shaved almonds, so that it looks like the cupcake could bite you back.
So does Christopher happen to say anything about 13 being his favorite number?
Probably at some point during his meta narrative, where he occasionally just looks out into space and speaks to this audience that he perceives he has.
Urlu just, tends to gravitate towards where people are. So like at that moment, he injects himself into the conversation. He's like, 13. Wow, that's a bit odd. I've heard something different. Do you know what a foodie's favorite number is?
No, what is a
8.
foodie's favorite number? 8. Oh dear, I walked into that one.
8? Why 8? I mean,
Darling,
it's got a nice shape to it, but I don't know.
Because it sounds like the past tense to eat.
Oh,
8 something.
you're trying to be funny.
it could also be turned on its side. Yes, but it could also be turned on its side to represent infinity, which is like the vast reaches of the weird and beyond.
I'm from the weird.
You're from the weird? Really? Oh, fascinating. What's that like? You mentioned an ocean or water planet of some sort.
That's where my people are from. Out in the, crazy parts of the galaxy.
So did you stow away aboard the ship prior to the gala?
Oh yeah, I've been here for a while.
Oh, honey, you are so far from home, and yet you're the perfect guide for us to go back that way.
I don't know.
This is amazing.
I just kind of crammed myself in a corner and just talked to the ship for a while. I kind of lost track of time and eventually ran out of treats. And well, Erlash wasn't really happy when I didn't have any more treats. But since there was a problem and I could kind of be useful, I guess it was okay.
Can you control when you change color?
Oh, no, that's more of when I'm not really controlling my emotions.
You should work on that. That would be a great asset on covert missions.
Why is it? Are we going to be going to places that are like purple and red and?
Oh, you can't just like turn into like colors of things around you?
Oh no, that's just kind of silly.
No, I would say it's kind of useful. There's definitely animals that do that to hide and blend in. So, Christopher, can you teach me to cook like that?
Oh, most definitely. For starters, do you want to make food that actually bites back or just looks like it's going to?
I'm going to start with it just looks like it's going to.
Okay. So, and then he immediately just, when trying to make teeth, slivered almonds work wonders, and then begins explaining how to shave the almonds down to look like teeth and just insert them in the frosting, and how when you use the food dye this way, it looks like blood dripping out of the mouth. Isn't that delightful?
Quick question, Christopher. Would you do your sides now that Nerleg's there? Do you talk to him, or do you still talk to, not an invisible?
It's probably like a 50-50.
Okay. Gotcha. Just check. That's it. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. So, Erlan, you were hired with the mercenaries, as I remember. You decided you were done with that, or did you just decide there's something more? Or was the whole thing with Robert in the closet consensual? I'm just curious.
Oh, he looks kind of sheepish, and he changes color a little bit at the cheeks. No, that definitely was not consensual. I feel really bad about it, but I just wanted to not be a gift for a while. Like everything is regiment and up early calisthenics, war. Whoever hires us, we have to fight for them. And I just want to do something else. I want to enjoy jokes like Urulu, although Gift don't have a great sense of humor normally, but I can learn, I think, and I want to be able to cook. Generally, that job was looked down upon, but I think it would be fun too. Really, like in Gift society, if you can't fight and you don't have jobs around logistics and war, like it's really frowned upon, and everyone has their place and you stay in it, and you usually don't get to pick or choose. It's all about aptitude and what's best for the company. But I was just thinking maybe there's something else out there, and maybe we don't have to go places and shoot and murder everything where we end up. Although that hasn't been going too great for me so far, but I'm hopeful it'll get better. And also, like, like that thing you do when you talk to the camera and other people. Like we learned about that in gift school too, but you know, when you have a journalist embedded with you, you're supposed to ignore them because they're just supposed to be there to observe and try to make sure they don't get shot too much. But yeah, so like even that's different and that's interesting. I would have never thought to talk to the camera and people that might be watching.
Oh, no, no, no. See, I think that I love teaching. Teaching is something I just love to do. So when you asked me, I was just so thrilled. But I have an audience that sort of follows me around and they love learning too. So this is just a great little way to, teach everyone. Isn't that fun? So this is called a baker's dozen. It's 13 cupcakes. The reason is because the baker is supposed to take one. However, a good host never eats before the guests. And
as you say that, Overlord was already reaching for one.
Oh, of course, help yourself. These ones aren't alive yet. I haven't done that bit. I don't think we're doing that bit today, Erlon, because it's just a little bit complicated. Also, I need some lightning from somewhere.
Why would you want to make them bite back? Like, really?
Because it's delightful, of course. Honey, please. Like, food that bites back is all the rage in certain parts of the galaxy, let me tell you.
I mean, I've seen, people eat things that are already alive, and that's just weird. But, like, to make something that becomes alive and then eat it, that just seems like taking way too many steps. Just go kill something that's already alive.
I don't know. I personally find food far more appetizing with a little wriggle in it.
Now the ship is called Erlash.
Yes. Arlash. But
Arlash. Yeah. So, is there a crew on Erlash?
No, and as while you're sort of like all hanging around the kitchen and Chris is baking and stuff, you notice that Arlash has kind of started to turn a little orange. His like coloration. But no, there's just you guys, Nerlags on board, quinoa, and a few. Well, there's a few of the caterers that Christopher had hired for the gala that stuck around.
Okay, so I like envision like we're gonna do this montage of baking and cooking, and I keep getting the people that have hung around to try the food, and I keep accidentally food poisoning them. So by the end of the montage, what we've learned is Urlan is terrible at baking, but great at making poison.
Makes sense.
Well, so, part of that challenge, though, as you were doing that, is you notice that as you're sort of helping out in the kitchen and going to the pantry and stuff, it is like nearly empty. All the food from the gala was spoiled, and you particularly notice that there is no more sugar. As you go to the last bin, those little weird firebugs with the human hands and feet are like in there just chowing down on all the sugar, and there's
when
no
I
food
notice
left.
that, I will run back to my my supply of stuff, and in my items, I have got a jar of honey.
Oh, okay.
Has that been attacked, or is that still okay?
No, yeah, that's fine. It's in your personal stuff for sure.
Awesome.
So, Erlon, honey, look, I love your energy. We love your energy. Let me tell you, this food, these ingredients that you've been making, we don't love so much because these ingredients are not even good for making unliving food. So, like, these are way past the date. So when you make food that is undead, it needs to be consumed fairly quickly, or it goes bad rather quickly because undeath rots things. That's the way it works, right? So when we make undead food out of rotten ingredients, it's just that much worse. And we're not even making undead food yet. So just maybe don't use that.
Oh, I'll try harder next time.
Sure, that's great. When teaching someone how to cook, it's important to offer praise and to not be too critical.
Yeah, and around this time too, you notice that like Arlash is kind of like slowed and is not moving either, and he's this definitely turned like a shade of orange.
Why is your ship orange now? I seen it turn yellow before when it seemed happy about Urulu.
Arlash, dear, are you feeling okay?
It's like, no, I'm starving. I haven't been fed in like days. It seems like forever.
In reality, it's probably only been like 3 hours, but teenagers, what are you going to do? All right, we'll find you something.
It's like, well, there is nothing. It's all ruined.
What do you mean
Oh,
it's
excuse
all
me.
ruined?
It's like all the food from that gala was all necromantic up. It's like you guys are too busy with your new friends, and Orlu missed snack time because he was talking to you for like 3 hours.
Oh, Arlash, I am very sorry. Christopher, would you mind terribly?
Oh, no, of course. However, most of the ingredients we have are bad. Urulu, do you know somewhere nearby that we could get ingredients, perchance?
What kind of things are you looking for? I mean, I've got a handful of things on me. Nothing that's exactly, what I used to feed Erlash.
Oh,
I've got some.
well, I have these cupcakes now.
I've got some graham crackers. I've got some aquatic honey. Got a bag of flour.
We definitely need to make a pit stop.
Yeah, this is a
Definitely.
big ship. I don't think what you have on you is going to be enough.
No, probably not. Will the cupcakes help at all, Arlash?
Like, yeah, I guess. It's better than nothing.
Where do I put them for you to eat them? I'm so sorry. I'm very unfamiliar with your type of ship.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. What do you think, Sircas? Is there like a little chamber where you just drop stuff in?
I mean, I like that. That makes sense.
I
All
was
right,
totally
so-
envisioning somehow that Uberlu was always having to go outside and feed the.
Oh, okay, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, sure, we'll
That's
say that. Yeah, he's like,
hilarious.
my mouth. Where do you eat?
I mean, it is a giant manta ray.
In all fairness, Arlash, there are a great many beings, eldritch and otherwise, and they have mouths many places, some of them multiple, some of them for eating, some of them not. I have to ask these questions, you understand.
Yeah, I guess so. He's
Here,
like, I do
Urulu,
produce a bubble of air and gravity around the ship, though.
you do a wonderful job of that too. That's not going to impede Urulu at all, is it? And I just hand Urulu the cupcakes platter.
Go out and feed Arlash.
Sure. As you're out there, sort of, you've done this many times. How, like, when you go past midship, it's like it flips around the gravity and you can go out so far. But all around you, where Arlash has stopped, you take note. It looks like a ship graveyard in space. There's hammerheads and viper ships, galleons. There's a bit, like a dwarven anvil ship, just sort of floating inert, in the space around you.
Arlash, did you see that there's a whole bunch of ships out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was just following that hippo tracker.
Yeah, I think this might warrant some investigation. What do you think?
It's like,
Anything?
maybe there's something to eat on one of these ships. That'd be cool.
It is absolutely possible that some of them have rations.
Are you all up on? You've like gone up on deck now?
Yeah, I was basically trying to
Oh.
get Arlash to relay to Sircas that.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure.
While I was kind of en route back in.
Well, Quinoa actually is just like, you know what's up, man? There's a ghost kitchen around here. They probably have food.
I am
Ghost kitchen?
keenly
Yeah.
interested in seeing
He's
a
like,
ghost
that's
kitchen.
like a newer thing. It's like they're kind of like for food prep and cooking facilities just for delivery only meals.
That sounds lovely. That sounds absolutely lovely. And I already get along great with ghosts. This is perfect.
It's like, I don't know how to find it though. You guys got any ideas? It's
Well,
like, I've never been out this far. This is some wild
Well,
stuff.
Christopher uses necromancy. That has to do with the dead. Ghosts are dead.
let's see if there happen to be any nearby at the moment.
Okay.
I would like to use an action point to use
Okay.
Commune with Dead.
What's it called?
Commune with Dead. You reach beyond the living to speak to the dead nearby.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, you absolutely. What do you say? There's definitely, you sense there's definitely like, restless spirits and stuff nearby. Not like a violent sort, but you can sense it. Like, yes, there is.
They haven't interacted with us very long yet either, though. There it is.
No.
On the blooper reel is a scene in which Christopher dials a wrong number and gets Maxilla.
Write that down.
So he produces this mirror, which is one of my items. It is a haunted mirror, and it is very ornate, and it has this silver filigree all over it. He pulls it out, and he's like, "Hello, is anyone there?"
Yes, and sort of like the mist swirling around in the mirror kind of like coalesce, and there's like a translucent sort of like greenish glowing humanoid figure dressed in finery, and speaking to you, like looking right at you. He's like, "Well, can I help you? You've reached the ghost kitchen."
Oh, wonderful. That's exactly who I was hoping to reach. My name is Christopher McDonough, and these are my companions. This is Erlon, this is Sir Koss, and this is Uralu, and this is Arlosh. Oh, and that over there, that's Nerlag. He's recording. So if you don't want to be involved, you need to talk to him.
You see the ghost sort of like looking around, as if he's like trying to see all the things you're showing him. And he's like, "Well, I'll be." He's like, "Sir Cass, is this you?"
Indeed. Have we met?
Yes, it is Fitzroy. His ghost, though, is in this mirror.
Oh my, it has been quite some time.
He's like, "Yeah, last time I saw you was when me and Five Hands Stan, let's see, went to deliver good taste to the Blandarians of the Clodiff Chasm." He's like, we parted ways, and that was a few years ago now. How have you been?
I don't actually know completely. I seem to have suffered a bit of a bout of amnesia. But not entirely, and in my recent memory, things have been quite good, aside from the fact that at our most recent party, all of the food on board spoiled. We were sort of hoping to resupply. Are you running the ghost kitchen?
I am indeed. And as he's like, if you, he's like, "See that dwarven anvil ship over there?" And if you look over, you see that like a sort of ghostly structure sort of like apparates on it, which just looks like just a squat house like structure.
So are we communicating to him via the mirror?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's like, "Yeah, you can dock anywhere you find a place on that anvil ship. I'll reach you at the door. You come on in." He's like, "We had few visitors ourselves recently, but yeah, it'd be great to catch up."
This ghost, Sir Koss.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, and Urlu, you definitely recognize.
Oh yeah. So like, can ghosts sign autographs?
I mean, they can do anything they want. They're ghosts.
He's running a kitchen. I mean, wow, that's pretty crazy. But we'd like to get him to really sign the book, as opposed to the kind of version of just, "Oh yeah, everybody gets this whole thing." I really doubt that the 3,000 limited edition copies were all signed individually by all the cast members. I mean, that's asking a lot. I think they signed one thing and they just photocopied it all.
Nobody had any signatures, so you're the only one in existence that has anybody's signature in there. Well, maybe a few people got Circass's signature at the gala, but they had all been gone up till then. And the gift bride didn't care. They just escorted him back.
Yeah, they only collect war memorabilia, so they
Yeah, they MREs are like, I don't care about this.
Circass, are you a necromancer too? You know ghosts?
Well, he wasn't a ghost the last time we spoke.
And wait a minute. 5 hands stand, so does that mean there's a ghost with 5 hands?
No, well, I mean,
I would hope not.
I hope Stan's, still around. I mean, it's pretty cool. He had 4 hands for real. And, is it true that he, used his grandfather's hand as a weapon?
Yes, his grandfather's arms.
Oh my, that's ridiculous.
Oh no, he was quite lethal with them.
So Arlash is like kind of stalled out here, and the place where the ghost kitchen is, would be outside of his envelope to get there.
Oh. How are we going to get over there?
It's not super far, but it's probably like 100, 150 feet maybe away.
Don't
Do
they
we have a shuttle?
Oh, Arlash has a shuttle?
No, I'm asking if we have a shuttle.
No, I don't think
Okay,
so.
I'm I keep getting stuck in like actual sci-fi rather than like
Sure.
sci-fan.
Hey,
So
you have those
man, just
rings?
go with it.
Right?
But,
Didn't
yeah.
Spelljammer, then they use rings that would put bubbles on them?
just swim
maybe.
over.
We could try to do it as a trial, which is where everybody just takes a turn, like saying how they will contribute to getting over there, and
I speed knit a wind sail.
I love that. Roll a die. Roll a d20.
To catch all that
Yeah.
space wind.
Yeah, well, hey man, why not?
Well, I figured somebody else could make the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a GIF. You probably break some pretty mighty wind.
Work for Chaucer. I love it.
14.
That's a success. Yeah, you successfully spin a wind sail out of your silk. Who else? Who else got something for our trial? But now we're getting into the crunchy part of quest.
Oh,
where you
yeah.
each roll a die. And
This
that
is
will get it.
interesting. This is interesting. I'm liking this. I would like to continue talking with Fitzroy, actually.
Yeah.
Fitzroy, darling, do you have a means of possibly possessing this mirror, as it were, to help pull me along a little bit?
He's like, well, hell, I'll give it a shot. Why not? I haven't really explored many of these ghostly powers too much. And he's like, kind of just puts his hand out and shakes it a little bit. Like, humana. And it's like, roll the die. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Phlogiston is made of multicolored
17.
flammable gas, Brian Smith. 17 is a success. So yeah, he's actually like shaking his hips a little bit too. As he's like, but you do feel a bit of a kind of astral wind pickup, if you will, or the phlogiston starts like kind of pushing a little bit against the Arlash or Circass's sail.
Okay,
What do you got,
cool.
How far off is that is the anvil ship?
I don't know, like 150 feet or so, we'll say.
Oh,
I
perfect.
mean, you weren't
So
too
I
far.
go over to those coils of rope that I had been uncoiling and recoiling, and
That's why you do it.
yeah, I will take my axe-headed black powder pistol and tie the rope to the
Okay.
to the grip, and then I
Sure.
just start spinning in a circle with it, and like getting up some momentum because I want to try and chuck it
Yeah, man, I love that.
and make a grappling hook out of it.
Yeah, roll a die. Don't you have like some kind of omni tool? I mean, or whatever.
No. We decided that was beyond the scope.
Yeah,
It's a 12. Yes.
that's a success. Yeah, your aim is true, and it just lines up. So now you have ghostly power, a wind sail, and a grappling hook. Hey, what do you got, Earl?
All right, so I think I'm twisting this power a little bit, but
I
I'm
love
going to
it.
the narrative element
Sure.
of this power called charge. It says you lock your gaze on a nearby destination, summoning all of your strength to charge towards it. You violently barrel through any foes in your path. So basically, I'm gonna, keep the ways open, and I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
charge out the doorway, and just try and see if I can sail through space across the way.
Yeah, I totally. I mean, you have spent time, floating around and understanding what that's like. So yeah, roll a die. Or does that? Oh, that's a power, right?
Yeah,
Is it
that's a
just
power.
do it? Yeah.
Plus
Well, let's
2
roll and
points.
see if you let's just roll.
Sure.
Everybody gets.
That's going to be a 9. So it's is that a succeed with a question?
Yeah, so there's setback. So we'll say either. You will. What do you call it? Erlan's rifle will be lost. His axe-headed rifle, or. I don't know. Let's see. Or you'll just take a point of damage.
I will take a point of damage rather.
Okay. So yeah, you're actually trying to get like debris out of the way as you're bouncing back and forth, and you just take one wrong and it like bounces into you. But nevertheless, it does get it out of the way. So
You hit your funny bone.
yeah.
Oh,
You can have bones.
I think we
Yeah,
did
cartilage.
gold.
So yeah, you make it over there, and sort of Arlash just sort of like affixes to the side of this thing, and that thing has its own gravity bubble too, so you can walk up to this ghostly door and head on in if you like. Yeah, it's just like it's sort of just like a hologram looking of a house that just sort of apparated for lack of
It's on this dwarven anvil.
Yeah, it's just like on the top of the anvil part.
What an interesting place. Have you seen such a place before, Urulu?
I don't think so. I mean, if it's ghost food, is is it like see-through food? Like,
Are you bringing any? Do you want Nerlag to come with you, or do you just want to go with the 4 of you, or Quinoa, or anybody else? It's up to you.
I didn't ask, but if Nerlag had asked and wants to come with, I would say sure. But
he's like, yeah, I mean, this is huge on Hark. Everybody, the ghost food. He's like, it's great because I mean, it tastes awesome, but there's no calories or anything. So I mean, it's super trendy.
Well, does that mean that it's not going to do any good? Like, my child is actually hungry.
Oh yeah, it fills you up.
Okay.
He's like, you can imagine, it's very high in demand. They deliver to exclusive clients all over the verse. So yeah, you step aside and you see that it is just a working kitchen, and then it's like got several rooms that are just set up for different people to use the space to cook. There's pantries, and Fitzroy's ghost is there to greet you at the front door, and he's like, Sir Cass, oh my gosh, it's been what has it been like 3-4 years now.
It is so hard to tell, and I'm going to like walk over and hug him.
There is like a sort of ectoplasmic, like substance to him.
You get slimed like Slimer from the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it leaves a little bit of slime. Well, not that bad, but
that's quite all right.
The same thing that Urla would have done to Sir Cass will totally just assail Fitzroy with questions. How did you die? How did you get in a place like this? How are you still around if you're dead? What did you think of cooking the filet mignon, and so on and so forth.
He'll tell you that he died in the Great Flan Wars with Five Hand Stan at his side, and per their arrangement, he was prepared a braised bottom round with almond sauce, and it was maybe the best meal that he'd ever been involved with, even though he was the main course. But he kind of lost track with Five Hand Stan as well. And he's asking, his questions for you too. He's just like, how'd you get mixed up with these guys? Do you know what happened to Augustus? Or like, we hadn't seen him in I don't even know how long.
I would assumed he would have been in the Flan Wars as much as he liked Flan. I mean, he was always pushing it. I mean, it says it in chapter 3, 7, and 9. It's crazy.
I believe he wanted to change the universe into a giant flan or some such. He was a weirdo.
He really was.
I just snuck aboard the ship, and Sir Koss kind of just allowed me to stay. It was really nice of her. But I'm a big fan. If you can cook, does that mean you can autograph? And I pull out the book.
He's like, oh yeah, sure, man, and he can kind of like hold a writing utensil.
I would laugh so hard if it had to be a dead pen.
A dead pen.
Like one that's run out of ink.
Oh yeah, let's say that. Okay, sure. Yeah, he'll say he has one in hand for such.
Ghost ink.
That's how they write down orders.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Then they got a little spinny thing. Yeah,
So-
there's several other ghosts there working. He's like, so what's the problem? He's like, man, the last time I saw Arlosh, he was like, he could fit in the palm of your hand. He was just a little guy.
Oh, I know. He has grown.
Actually, no, wait. He was big when
He was there when.
Yeah.
He was like cloak sized, I believe.
Yeah. But, I mean, we saw him hatch, man.
Yeah. He has grown both in size and in attitude.
Oh yeah? Is he giving you guff?
Teenagers. You give them an inch, they walk all over you.
Oh, it's been nice to me.
What's on the menu? I'm so curious. I'm not used to choosing. Usually, all of my meals come out of basically a can.
Oh, well, he's like, that's one of the great things about these ghost kitchens, since we don't have, clientele in the place, we just use the whole facility for people to, rent out or to make all sorts of different things. We're just a delivery kitchen, basically. So pretty much anything people want. It's really trendy.
Oh, I don't even know what to eat. Urulu, what should I eat?
Well, what kind of flavors do you like?
Have you ever had seafood?
I don't think I have.
I recommend it.
I mean, everything I usually eat is dried and dehydrated.
Oh my God, man. And Fitzroy's like, come on.
I
He's
pull
like,
I pull out like an MRI and be like, or MRE, what do they call it?
MRE.
Or MREs. I pull one out and be like, I usually eat from this. Pull
He
out.
takes it up and, it's like, and then they usually are like a meal, like chicken a la king or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's say it's that. And he's like, dude, if this is your idea of chicken a la king, man, come with me. And he just like kind of like ushers you back and he's like, I'll show you what real chicken a la king is.
I'm not used to choosing. Like, you just pick up the next one in line, and sometimes you get breakfast, sometimes you get dinner. You just eat what's there.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
It is.
He's like, how did this guy end up on the crew with y'all?
We stole him.
Fair
Or
enough.
more precisely, he stole someone else and then he ended up here instead. But, semantics.
No, see, if he is caught having left of his own volition, he'll get in trouble. But if we stole him, then it's not his fault.
Oh, I see. That is gorgeous,
Yeah,
darling. Gorgeous.
He used a really weird term. He said something about, dessert being a bad thing. I didn't fully understand it.
My God, bite your tongue, man.
Oh, that's what I heard. He
Not
said
dessert, deserter. That's completely different. And then it just dawns on Orlan, and he looks over at the camera thing recording. Hey, wait a minute.
Nerlag's like, oh man, this isn't live. We can edit
Oh,
it out.
the GIF watch are those educational shows, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
But you've never seen a program with these people before.
No.
So they're not watching this.
Well, oh, that's good.
Right.
I
But
mean,
it's-
sometimes they would put on the SpellJammer talk show, and that was pretty good. Like, these two brothers would just talk about fixing Spelljammers.
There you go. That has nothing to do with dessert. Speaking of dessert,
And if you're a big
Sir Koss.
celeb, then nobody can come after you either. It'd be too public. Nerlag says.
Sir Koss and Fitzroy, could I have an aside for a moment? And then he just sort of turns to Urulu and Erlan. I'm sure that you two would just love to explore this place, right? And then he just sort of like coaxes you two away for a minute.
Okay. Fitzroy's like, hey, Rodrigo, Elsa, you handle blah, blah, blah. You know, he's just kind of like leaving them in charge. He's like, go with you.
Sir Cousin Fitzroy, Erlon has never had dessert or seafood. This is a problem. We need to fix this. And the poor man probably hasn't even had any sort of a party or a birthday or anything. So we should totally throw him a party. Just throw him a party here on the ship.
Oh, that is an incredibly sweet idea.
A surprise party, though.
Fitzroy's
And I don't
like,
trust
I'm
Ulu
intrigued.
as far as I can throw him to keep the secret.
I can see why.
Yeah, Fitzroy's like, yeah, I got all the time and I got eternity, man. What do you got in mind?
Well, I was thinking for starters, goes into embellished descriptions of how everything must look and the proper rituals to turn it all into ghost food, etc.
What do Erlan and Orlu do while they're all talking over there?
Oh, go ahead.
So Urlu, what do you want to do?
He looks to you as like, well, you know, there's different food here, and these people might know something about Fitzroy that, you know, might not be in the book. So I could always, you know, ask some more questions there.
Oh, you want to interrogate one of them?
It's not so much interrogate. It's, you know,
I mean, I did learn some enhanced techniques.
It's not interrogating. It's just, you know, finding stuff out and, you know, what have you. And, you know, these people are, you know, interesting and fun, and, you know, therefore there's stuff to learn about them.
All right, we'll try it your way first.
All right. So what ghost person did we get passed off to?
Let's see. How about Alfonso?
So you know, I'll go to Alfonso, and
Sure.
I'll try to ask, you know, how are their ghosts around? You know, why aren't they just passed on to whatever is beyond? And, you know, how did they meet Fitzroy? And then just couple that into, you know, as many Fitzroy questions as I can get in a breath or two.
Sure. Well, yeah, it was sort of, you know, Fitzroy's, you know, culinary passion just extended beyond the graves, and he sort of attracted other restless chef spirits who just like felt like they just had never reached their culinary pinnacle in life, and they, you know, kind of came up with the business plan and opened this place that can apparate sort of anywhere. That just was the closest thing to you guys that you learned. But yeah, Fitzroy, like, that's only been here for, I don't know, a few months, but it was just, like I said, super popular.
Did Fitzroy ever, you know, say anything about, you know, any deep regrets?
I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. Caught me by surprise.
So, I mean, you know, in the one chapter, they were talking about, you know, fighting this, you know, giant marshmallow monster in a chocolate swamp, and, you know, it gets to the end, and no one had graham crackers. So my takeaway from that is you should always have graham crackers with you. He reaches into his bag and pulls out the box of, you know, still sealed graham crackers. So just in case I ever get to that same spot, I will always be able to have a s'mores.
That guy's like, that's an awesome story. He's like, you want to make some s'mores? I mean, we literally have like anything that you guys want. I heard them say you never had dessert before.
No, it means something different where I come from, apparently. And Urulu feels a tapping on his shoulder from a big meaty paw.
Mm-hmm.
What is a s'mores?
Okay, he needs to have a s'mores like now.
Yeah, and then he's gonna need some more. So yeah, I mean, those guys, you know, they'll make those for you, and like they have like little burners, and they'll toast the marshmallows just perfectly, and it's all ghostly and stuff though too. But it is, you know, like it has that same like sort of green hologram look or anything. No ectoplasm, but you know, and It is physical. Do you want to use your graham crackers or?
I'm saying if they've got stuff here,
Oh yeah, they
I
have.
gotta, I have to save them just in case.
Sure. And he's explaining how they, how it all goes together. I'm not going to get into it all, but like, he'll bore you with like the chemistry of it and like how the sugars in the marshmallow change and like collapse, so it gets all mushy and the chocolate, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it is, I don't know how much you want Erlan to like s'mores, but it is like the best s'more that has ever been made. It's like perfectly balanced. The marshmallow's not burnt, but it just like completely turns to goo. The chocolate's like, it's still in the shape of the Hershey bar, but it's like, it's melted.
Yeah.
Like
Erlan grabs it and picks it up and just throws it in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, but it's still hot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like doing the hippo thing with his mouth open, trying to cool it and not swallow it. And grabs water and slamming the water. That's good, but it burned. I told you all my food just comes out of the tins.
It's never good, right?
It's never hot like this.
He's like, here, try another one. That'll make it better.
Yeah, this time he's gonna blow on it beforehand.
Okay. Yeah, and it cools down a little bit. It's not as burning yet, but it is good. And he's like, I like this guy. Dessert before dinner.
Yeah, if he keeps making them, Erlan will definitely keep eating them.
Sure. As you with Zirkas and Fitzroy and Chris, as you guys were talking about this party you want to throw, Fitzroy's like, one thing though, he's like, I am completely out of like the large what are they called? Large like my large clay jars that we use for some traditional cooking. He's like, so if you want anything like that, can. He's like, somebody just popped in not long before you guys and just took all of them. Ordered all of them.
Oh,
Weird. He just sort of like came in through a door inside the kitchen.
Did you catch this person's name?
Yeah, he says his name was Dr. Sherbet West.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, he is terrible and cold and often tart, but that's why I hired him. That being said, though, this party cannot fail. It cannot. We can call it a dessert party. And I'm picturing a cake shaped like Arlash, to scale, though not quite like the same size. We can have tiny little fondant figures of you, Fitzroy, of course, because you're here. We could do Urulu. I already know a stronger grayish fondant that would work wonders to represent Erlan. We could just do the whole thing. It will be lovely. It will be a great little cake. I've got so many ideas, but we need these jars, don't we?
No, I was just letting you know. We usually have anything you need, but it was pretty weird. He just kind of popped in here with a bunch of these like giant, looked like deep fried, like crab people or something, I want to say.
Crab people?
Yeah, they kind of looked like soft shell crab, like breaded, but they was moving around. They did all the heavy lifting.
He's on the run from us.
Yeah. Oh, you're out on the quest again, I see. What's going on?
He caused quite a mess on his way out.
He did, and he has something that I want.
Oh yeah, what's that?
It's a book called The Necronom Nom Nom. I could make great use of it, I think. And as a result, we need to, let's put all that on hold for a moment. He didn't take anything necessary for the party, did he?
Well, no, he took just those jars and a lot of just pantry items.
Okay. Well, if you and your people can get started on the cake, maybe I can look into my book and see if I can find a spell that he might be intending for all of this.
Oh.
And then when it's time to decorate, call me, because that's my shtick. Like,
Okay.
I am all about gorgeous food because we eat with our eyes first.
And do let me know if you need a hand or 3 with anything.
He's like, we got to make enough food to feed Arlash too.
Yes.
Oh, okay, man, that's gonna be a lot.
I know what he likes. I can take care of that.
Oh. All right. Well, then let me pull. I actually made a cooking trial thing weeks ago. Not for this. It was just like in case it ever comes up. So we'll do another chat. So we'll see how good. So you wanted to make a surprise party for Erlan, just for like all the like it's a birthday party, you know, just a party, just
a dessert or party.
Okay. Oh, okay. So how are you going to distract or keep Erlan distracted?
Oh, I have the perfect plan.
Oh, okay.
So, I would like to try to find where Erlan and Urulu are.
Okay, easy enough. They're with Alfonso.
And I would like to try to sneak up on them.
Okay.
And give Erlan a slight taste of his own medicine, as I have a set of adjustable restraints.
Okay.
I would like to sneak up behind him and incapacitate him with the adjustable restraints. And then I would like to use my special magic item that we got at the start of it all, which is a magician's key.
Oh,
and
okay.
I would
so
like
you want to try to
it.
abscond with him into your home.
Yep, I just want to shove him in there.
Okay. Are you okay with him making a roll for that, Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't. I just like.
I thought you were asking me if you wanted him to roll against me.
What do you guys want to do? What do you think's more fun? I don't actually know what it would be.
I don't know.
Well, here you're doing that. Just roll, Steve. We'll just go.
Okay.
We'll see
All right. That is a 19. So
that is a success. So yeah, as you're sitting there, just eating s'more after s'more, suddenly you're yanked backwards and find yourself in Stephen's background. Did you follow him in?
I'm just going to kind of like, now that he's all tied up, I'm just going to like roll him to the basement door and open it up and just shove him down the basement stairs where this Eldritch tentacle can catch him, because I have monsters living everywhere in my house.
Okay.
I'll just be like, Bethany, be good to him. Don't hurt him. He's not food. He's a guest. Just kind of leave him there for a minute, please.
And then, Orlu, you were there as well. Do you have any quick reaction to?
So do I hear Christopher's call, or did Christopher step into the mansion?
I don't know. Were you just standing at the doorway?
Oh, no, I was like rolling him through the house to the basement door.
Oh, so you would have closed the door.
Urulu can come in if he wants.
All right, so there's a doorway now in this ghost kitchen.
Yes.
Yep.
Leading to the mansion that is behind Stephen's Zoom image.
Yep.
It's
a little more pink than what it is in my background, but yes. And there's like gothic sensibilities, like pictures of spiders and stuff.
Is it like pink marble columns, like in Better
Yep.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
So like he looks into the door, looks over to the ghost cook, looks past the doorway to try and see if Serkas or Fitzroy are around, and he's just got this confused look on his face.
Okay.
Let's see here. So he's probably, a mixture of red and white at all of this. So like, his skin turns red and like the blue rings wind up turning, just a tinge of white.
Okay.
And then, he hears Dr. Christopher call out of, oh, be nice, we'll be back in a bit.
Mhm.
And then then Christopher winds up, walking back towards the door. What's going on?
Oh, okay. So right now, I'm not sure if Bethany's going to put him in the electric chair on the rack, or we're not really sure where yet, but he'll be comfortable, I'm sure. Actually, do you want to come see? You can.
I don't think a chair of electricity or a rack sounds like it would be fun.
Oh no, don't worry. We're just putting him there for safekeeping while we plan the thing that now I don't mind telling you about, now that you can't spoil anything. So that
Real
sounded
quick.
much more sinister than I intended.
Go for it, Dave.
Yeah, real quick, like before that happens, there's going to be a lot of like Homer Simpson noises as you're rolling him through the house. I'm sorry, Christopher. I'll do better next time. I won't use the bad food. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You're fine here.
Oh my God, it's so slimy and thick and long.
Oh, that sounded more sinister.
It's all over me. Oh, I got some in my mouth. Oh.
Uralu, just come with me. I'll show you so that you know that he's not dying. It's just Bethany. Bethany is my eldritch terror that lives in the basement. She's very nice. Oh dear, the sound stopped. Bethany, don't choke him. I
don't like the crystal sphere of Japan.
Okay, there we go. I was afraid she'd muzzled him and to the point that he was going to suffocate. Anyway,
why are you hurting our friend?
Oh, I'm not hurting him. I'm just putting him away. We're throwing a dessert party for him.
Oh, okay. I like the part about desserts, but why does he have to be tortured first?
Oh no, there's no torture. Trust me, I have to pull the switch for the electricity. So you're fine.
But listen to the sounds. Those are not pleasant.
I mean, it just sounds like he's a large man that likes donuts, but we don't know. He hasn't had donuts yet. So it will be fine. Here, come with me. I will, you know what? You can keep him company if you want down there. It's up to you.
I mean, I've gone to places that there's large monsters. I'm not certain how much I want to go down there. More white begins to kind of take on his skin.
Bethany might actually think you're kin because she has many tentacles, and I've seen her face before, and it's like a giant version of very similar to how you look. It's really interesting. Although that might just be her mimicking something. I don't know. She also can talk to you in your mind.
Is she a kraken?
Perhaps. We're not really sure. I've never bothered to ask. I'm not the sort, I suppose.
What is the reason for having a monster in your basement?
Oh, all of the monsters in the house are my friends, my companions, my
all the monsters? Why do you have more than one monster in your house?
Oh, I'm a necromancer, darling. It's what I do. My house is a sort of safe haven for monsters. They don't come out of the house. They don't like to. It's probably for their best interest. Maybe some of them can't. I don't know. But there's a large clawed furry werewolf in the closet over there. We're working on that one because I've already told him it's not good to be in the closet. There is a skeleton butler somewhere around here. There's many monsters here, but they're all friendly. Don't worry. Sir Koss would like this place, I'm sure. She's working on cake, by the way.
Okay. So we got to, give Erlan some s'mores, and he, of course, tried to burn himself.
You know what? We could also go down there and we could introduce him to the desserts in the pantry.
You have desserts in the pantry?
Oh, I mean, I have everything in the pantry. Doesn't everyone? Just a good host sort of thing.
Are they nasty desserts like the one that Dr. Sherbert used?
Oh, no. These are good desserts. I'm a proper host. When inviting someone into your home, leading with dessert can be very nice. I wonder how Sirkas and them are doing on the cake, though.
So, Ulan, while you're down there, there is like a giant kraken-like creature, and it's weird. It's like you're in a basement, if you don't mind. See, and it's like a shore, rocky shore that just goes off into like black water as far as you can see, and there is like a gigantic kraken-like creature that's just sort of like, not roughing around, but just like, observing you.
This is really strange. Would I like some tea? Sure, I would absolutely love some tea.
Are you using your Cosmopolitan ability?
No, not this time.
Oh.
He's just accepted the tea party he's been invited to by the Eldritch Horror.
Do you mind if I, do you have like a personality for Bethany and all that, or do Stephen?
It's all up to you.
Oh, okay,
I just figured you could play any of the monsters.
It's this frightening beast that's like, like just jaws and there's slime dripping from him. But you mentioned tea, and they're like, oh yeah, that'd be delightful. And it just sort of like uses its tentacles and like off to the side, and you see there's like a little rocky alcove where there is like a little table set aside with a little like Tiffany lamp, in the darkness, and it looks nice, and there's a chair there, and you can go, and it sort of, he's like, oh yeah, the doctor likes to come down here and have tea sometimes with me. It's very calming. You can listen to the sound of this, it's like naturescapes when you go to bed, and
it is kind of relaxing.
Tentacles like very delicately to like pour a thing of tea for you and like put it on a little saucer and stuff.
Why am I picturing Angela Lansbury voicing this creature?
Sure.
And they're like normal teacups and this 8-foot tall GIF and this Eldritch Horror.
Yeah.
So,
it's not having tea. It's like I have plenty of liquids. But please help yourself. What brings you here?
Well, Christopher was teaching me how to cook, and I think he's upset with me because I didn't do a very good job, and everyone got sick when they ate the food that I made, and I used food that wasn't quite good, I think the doctor said. But I tried really hard, and so when I wasn't looking, he rolled me down the stairs into here with you.
Oh, he's a bit of a prankster. I'm sure he didn't mean anything by it. Everybody has to learn through experience.
I don't know.
Like I wasn't always the nice tea companion that you met today before I met the doctor.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. How many people are in here?
Down here, I mean, oh boy, I've never explored even these depths of this water are even too black for me. But I'm down here. It's just me, and the doctor visits sometimes, or his friends over.
So
There's a lot of parties.
Did you come with the door, or
No.
did he put you in here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did he roll you down the steps when you weren't looking to?
No, I'm a little fuzzy on how we actually got here. I'm not quite sure where here is, but I used to be the rampaging, city-destroying beast of myth that when they say like release the Kraken, that was me.
Oh wow!
They released me. I don't do that anymore.
That sounds like a really stressful job.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a far cry from afternoon tea.
I could totally relate. I used to have a job I didn't like either.
Yeah?
Yep.
What was it?
Well, I'm a GIF. So when you're a GIF, really your jobs, pretty much all of them have to do with, going to war and being a mercenary and being a soldier and being a good soldier and sucking it up,
Yeah, I used to kill you guys by the thousands. Not GIF.
Yeah.
Just whoever they threw at me.
See,
Tidal
that's what
waves,
I mean. Like,
dropping them into my maw.
Like, I don't want to take people's money just to die from Eldritch Horrors or go kill people on other crystal spheres just because. Like,
right?
I want to live life and experience stuff, and I want to. Darn it! I want to eat s'mores and drink tea with Eldritch Horrors.
Well, you can knock that one off your bucket list. I don't know about the s'mores.
Oh, I had them. I had one earlier.
Random.
I had a bunch of them actually. just if you ever have one, be very careful. They're very hot. You have to let it cool properly. No one told me that part. I got a sir, right? I got a sir right here. See?
And it's like it puts its gigantic head in one of its like bulbous eyes, is like trying to look in your mouth. Like, oh yeah, I see it. That must have been really hot.
It was very hot.
Well, be careful. Blow on your tea before let it cool down. You don't want to exacerbate it.
Well, thank you so much.
Sure. So yeah, as you have afternoon high tea with an Eldritch horror, and they're planning their party above, we can do that. So you're making a cake. What is? What else? It's all about like desserts. It's like a dessert themed party, and you're making a cake, a life-size cake. Oh, is it like one of those cakes? You know, like that were so popular now, where it's like really real looking, and where you cut into it, and it's cake. Okay. All right. Well, is everybody helping with that? I mean,
Yes.
Well,
I would like it on the record that Brian Smith has suggested the crabs that are following Sherbert around be called his crab rangoons.
okay.
I love it.
You don't like my deep fried ones? Okay. That's cool too.
No, it's funny.
The puns.
Yes.
The puns have flowed liberally.
Yes.
I liked when you called them the deep fried ones.
Yes. But hey, crab rangoons
That's
is
also
pretty cool
good.
too.
Why not both?
Yeah.
What if rangoons
Both-
is like
both work.
marinara, but then like deep fried ones is what they actually
Yeah,
are?
like we're deep fried ones. Don't make a pun of us.
So
I'll snap at you.
I don't know how much Urlu is going to be useful in making this party, but he will certainly inquire as to why there's all these ships around. Is there a problem with this section of space?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think that just the Phlogiston drifts end up, when these people, when they get obliterated by, dangers or die or, whatever, they just sort of wind up here. It's like an eddy in the Phlogiston. You know what I mean?
So are these like dead creatures?
No. Arlosh is he's actually he's the capital S SpellJammer. It's weird, I know. A lot of these ships have various methods of propulsion, whether it's a magical throne is a common thing that a person imbues their own magical power in to make it move. Some people, harvest souls or, mental powers or whatever. Arlosh actually is a living creature. One day he'll be huge, legendary. But he's just an adolescent right now. He's actually a living thing.
Oh, okay. So
You're like inside of his body. It's pretty weird.
Do we know anything about these other ships?
I mean, I don't. I can't really go beyond this place. None of us can till we make that one amazing meal. Or become one. What's that?
Did you run out of the spice?
Do I run? I'm sorry. I didn't
You got the jar of spice from the goddess Anamame.
No, it was lost in the chasm of Clodiff. It came down to saving Stan or that, and I couldn't let my friend die, so I had to leave it behind.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's your friend, man. I mean, spice directly from the goddess is pretty cool, but.
You ever wonder who has that jar of spice now?
I don't know. It fell down the chasm of Clodiff. Maybe one of the Blandarians found it. I don't know. Hopefully.
What's a Blandarian?
Oh man, they were just these people that had no taste buds at all. Terrible taste.
So
ugly architecture. Their clothes were terrible too. I mean, it was awful.
That sounds pretty horrible.
Yeah, that was my last living adventure with Stan. After we'd
his rings will turn a bit green at that proclamation.
So you say that the show was pretty popular then? There's a book and everything. I hadn't really paid attention.
shows the book that
Yeah, that is.
it's like,
Man, that's crazy. And you said that gala you was at, that just like you guys just had been missing all that time. I mean, we didn't know how to get back out of the weird Arlash. Really took us far from where we knew. But you're from the weird, you said, right?
yeah. There's
So this has got to be crazy for you, man.
I mean, everything's kind of crazy for me. Most of my people tend to stay in our, kind of aquatic home.
Sure.
So, few people come out and trade because we're really interested in other people, but most of us really aren't talkers. We just kind of read and watch and kind of consume what others are doing, and that's how we get our entertainment. I decided that watching instead of doing was not good enough. I needed to get out there.
So you seem like a risk taker. What do you say we put a little? We'll make this party interesting. I don't know. Your friends look. I mean, I know Circus is a culinary genius, and that doctor seems pretty accomplished too. But how good do you think they'll do?
Well, I mean, Dr. Christopher is really, really good. I don't know how much cooking, Circus tends to do. I'm willing to try anything.
She ate her way out of our big adventure together. Pretty cool. So he will. You wanna like bet him or anything, or like kind of put an ante up for how good this party is for the whole party. He's
Sure.
sort of like kind of trying to inspire you /
Sure.
And the doctor in Circus too.
You mentioned Five Hand Stan, and I've collected a variety of things from my home world, and I just in the off chance I would actually get to meet some of the Ingest Quest crew. So he kind of goes into his pack and he pulls out these assorted shiny shells. And I'll put that out. If you're looking to bet something, I think this is, the biggest tribute that I would be able to kind of put out.
Yeah, he can tell that it means a lot to you too, and he's like, all right, and he's like, excuse me, and then goes over to a pantry and he comes back with 3 things. He has a tin, it's like a round, one of those tins with the lid that like holiday stuff come in, and it says Brell's Magnificent Morsels on the top. He sets that on the counter. And then he also has this really ornate, like, cooking pot, but that's got like filigree and like, like fleur de lis and all, the whole thing. That is a perspicacious pot. And he also has just like a simple pouch that's really looks like the leather's so old it's almost like fossilized and stuff like that. And he's like, I'll put these up depending on how good you do against your colorful shells.
All right.
In this party.
So he
like, and Ularn's got to genuinely be surprised too.
All
It's
right.
a surprise party.
Well, and he pulls the frying pan off his waist. You've got a bunch of things here. I'm just gonna let you know that we're gonna, and as he puts the frying pan down, we're gonna skillet.
You can have an AP for that. And that's like an important thing to you, right? Like the skillet.
So this is the knockoff, but it is the thing that looks like the Excalibur I'm looking for.
Actually, one of the other cooks, Briggs, he said, and he's like, oh man, he's like, are you on the quest?
Yes, you recognize this?
He's like, yeah, everybody that's on the quest for Excalibur recognizes when somebody else is, and he's like, he's like, come see me after the party. We'll compare notes.
And who is this?
Briggs. He's just one of the ghostly chefs there.
Ooh. So, Circus, is this how we do Arlash, or how do we do Arlash? Exactly. Like, I'm a little confused of exactly where to put the royal icing accents.
I see. Well, and I'm like, start pointing out the proper locations. I'm not entirely sure how particular he's going to be about this, but I feel like accuracy is very important to you.
Oh, it is. Also, we don't have to worry about Erlon finding out he's with Bethany.
I see.
So, I like that trial thing. So, what would you each do? And we'll do another roll to like make this thing come off as a success. You can use one, like an ability or just narrate or whatever. I'm just curious what the high notes are. So it's a surprise party for Ularn does dessert theme. That's my benchmark for.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw in that I'm gonna use another power, and I'm gonna reflavor the mechanics and just use the narrative.
Absolutely.
You can use your strength to overpower a commoner or a minion. So basically, he's gonna do whatever kind of muscle work that needs to be done. To get things done in as quickly or timely as a fashion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're making a humongous Arlosh size cake. Is that what? And Ularn? 2 cakes?
Well, we're putting we're making an Arlosh cake that is not quite Arlosh size, but like really close.
Yeah, sure.
And then like fondant versions of people on it.
So wow. Okay. So yeah, that ability totally comes in handy. You're talking like massive amounts of like dough that need to be stirred and stuff like that. And it's like, Ularn, you guys think like, he seems small and make jokes about his bones, but he is like a trooper over there on that dough. And anybody who's cooked knows how, there's like those big machines with the thing, and he's just doing it by hand, no problem. Kind of like just going with the flow, like he's in the water, just flowing.
So yeah, roll a die. He had muscles.
It's almost.
That's a 19.
Hell yeah! So yeah, I mean, with the plum, he is. What's that ability called again?
Overpower.
He is overpowering that dough and any other thing that needs physical exertion. Circus, contribute something to me.
I'm gonna make a tablecloth.
Awesome, I love that.
I like.
You could do the streamers. You could do the streamers and all the things.
Too. And I'm like weaving in imagery of the crew and like things that we do.
Yeah, I just imagine Circus can like change like the color of her web and all that stuff too, right? Like as she's doing it. Is that correct?
Well, she's got magic, so I don't see why not.
Yeah. I didn't want to step. I was like, I'm totally picturing that. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Roll the die.
Oh, 17.
That is a success too. And yeah, I mean, it is up to Christopher's exacting standards as well for exquisiteness.
Which are very specific.
Yeah. And Baker Man, are you actually handling all the presentation, right? So he's like you do all. I mean, you actually, Christopher knows like he can decorate the cake. He doesn't just know about like setting the table.
Yes,
he's the actual food itself. Okay, I was trying to make sure I was thinking of it right.
Yep, I'm using my food styling tools to do all this.
Sure, of course.
Also, he does have surgery tools as well, so those might come into play at some point because they're very similar.
Let's see how articulate those fondant figures are.
Okay, let's see. Oh, that's not amazing. 8. I rolled 8.
Successful choice.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We'll say either you're crunched for time and you mess up and you have to choose between either making Ularn's fondant figure look totally awesome or like kind of like a Pinterest fail, or making Arlosh's cake part look like, you're like, he's a touchy teenager. He's probably going to be even more ticked off because it's like, just, it looks kind of messed up.
Oh, since the party is for Erlan, I'm going to make the Erlon figure look amazing. Okay. And the cake is going to suffer a little bit.
All right.
And I'll be like, oh dear, Circus, every teenager needs to learn to accept disappointment, and so this would be a great teaching opportunity.
I will certainly try.
Honey, I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. Don't worry about it. Just
Okay, and then how do you tend to surprise Ularn or pull off that part of it?
Okay, so now, Sirkas, you haven't seen it yet. Why don't you come with me?
all right.
And I go to the nearest door, and I pull out what looks like a skeleton key with an actual skull, and it looks like it's made of obsidian. And he inserts it into the lock and twists, and there's this echoing click. And when he opens the door, it opens into his mansion foyer, which is pink, and there are gargoyles and spiders, and occasionally there's as you pass by a portrait, it shifts into a skeleton briefly, things like that.
Darling, you have excellent taste.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me that a celebrity with your immensely gothic sensibilities just appreciates it. That means so much. We need to go to the basement, to the torture chamber. I think specifically he's in the section with Bethany, though, which is the Eldritch Horrors corner. I have a small pool of cosmic fluid down there. And so we open it and go down this torch lit stairway that's way too extra. And there's an electric chair in the corner, and there's all sorts of things. Then there's the little pool with the rocky shore and the eldritch tentacle with the eyeballs and everything. And Erlon, hello, Erlon. I want you to know I didn't do this because you failed. I'm so happy for you. I just thought you would like to meet Bethany. Bethany seems like good company.
Erlon looks up as he's chewing and crunching scones, and they're just crumbs are pouring everywhere. All the front of his suit is covered in slime and crumbs from the scones, and he's got a fistful of scones in one hand and his cup of tea in the other that he's trying to hold, and it's so undersized. It looks like he's drinking from something was made for a doll or a child.
Question: how many times did Bethany have to correct you to get the pinky out?
You know what?
No,
nope,
she's very
came
well
right
made.
away. Came right away because I feel like GIF are kind of English at the core anyway. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
GIF are really big on procedures, so that part was actually fairly easy.
Nice.
Interesting
I
fact.
kind of totally forgot about it. I've just been having such a splendid time with Bethany here. And have you talked to Bethany? Do you know all the things Bethany has done? We got to tell all kinds of war stories, and she has decimated so many civilizations. She had a super stressful job before. When they say release the Kraken, right? That's
Little tentacle.
Bethany.
Of course.
It's a lot of pressure. You got to wipe out a whole civilization. If you let anybody survive, they're going to be talking and gossiping about you for eons.
They still talk about that out there.
Yeah, they do.
That's cool. But Dr. McConnell, I'm so happy here, though.
I didn't know you'd been to war, Bethany, although now your murder book makes so much more sense.
Yeah, it was autobiographical largely.
I see. Yes, she wrote it.
It's not really a war when it's that one-sided.
Yeah, it was hopeless cause for most of those people.
Yeah, I mean, fair. That being said, I'm sorry I tied you up and rolled you down the stairs and made you make noises like a yellow man who likes donuts severely.
Ooh, what's a donut?
You'll find out shortly. And I just collect all my stuff and free him from the chair and everything. And I'm like, come on, we're going to go through this door. And I go to the next door and produce my key and turn it, and we exit into the ghost ship of whatever the nearest door to the party is.
Oh yeah,
And
you
then-
can walk right into it if you want, wherever you want to. Right.
Yeah, and just surprise.
Yes, and there's all the chefs and everything have gotten into it too, and they have like, that little, I don't know if they have a name, little noisemakers and stuff.
Arlan is definitely, that's me, and oh, that's you, and oh, look, even Urlu. Oh my goodness. You did all this while I was having tea? I would have helped. You should have got me.
Well, then it wouldn't have been a surprise.
Oh, yeah, you did it wrong, right? You're supposed to yell surprise and you stab them in their neck.
I mean, I've been to those parties. This is not one of those.
Oh, it's a surprise party. I think I heard about one of those once. So what's the surprise for?
It's
You-
your dessert or party.
And his eyes just go really big. And he's like,
There's a banner
For
that
me?
says like, congratulations on your deserting.
I've never, the gala was the first party I was at, and I was too nervous to enjoy it.
Well, then enjoy this one because it's for you from friends for deserting.
Is there going to be an attack?
I hope not,
Matt,
although I
that's
mean,
right.
it would be fun.
I mean, I've never been to a party where there wasn't an attack.
There is, looking around suspiciously. I mean, there's like that chocolate fountain looks like something could be up with that, maybe. And that cake over there, I don't know. Everything you're suspicious of now.
So
Robin,
what do we
it
do
looks
at this
menacing.
party?
Oh, you eat dessert and enjoy. Robin, I think you're muted.
Oh, I was going to say note to self, and never have a stripper jump out of the cake at Ularn's parties.
No aside from Dr. Christopher, making sure you put the stripper in the cake after you cook it.
Oh, no such thing. See, here's the important thing. Sometimes the surprise is that the stripper's in the cake, but was baked into the cake.
Well, that's where the undead comes in.
Exactly, right?
We can
Right.
fix that in post.
Right, exactly. Just I can do that, in fact. But no, this is for you because you've deserted, and it seems like GIF as society doesn't seem too big on friendship. But look, Sirkas made these lovely cloths for our tables and for the streamers. Look, there's you in that one. And Urulu stirred this massive cake.
It's pretty. This is all very amazing, but you are wrong. GIF are very, very big on friendship and looking out for, your fellow soldiers because everyone wants to come back from the current job. So it's very important that you look out for your buddy and get their back. Although they like the word comrade a lot, like your comrades in arms. It's different, It's not like this. It's not as fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Fitzroy.
And that's when they attack it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Fitzroy, you are amazing, darling, and Nerlag, just get all the best angles. Get them all. Get them now.
Him and Fitzroy were actually talking about like sponsorship deals and stuff while everybody was making.
Can I help cut the cake and hand it out?
Of course.
It's important to always get the pictures before you cut the cake.
I feel like you all did such a marvelous job and worked so hard. I haven't done anything. I want to at least help and thank everyone for coming and helping.
Absolutely. Yeah. Also, you seem like you'd be great with a knife.
Yeah. So I pull out my my K-bar utility or my K-bar tactical spork. Right, and then I untwist the end, and there's a knife in it that's kind of like also like a saw, and I begin cutting the cake with that.
Sure. Let's do a roll just to see how good you cut the cake.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Here we
And
go.
you guys were teetering on the.
Oh, tough choices.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's a button here. There's a button here too after you roll for tough choices.
There is?
Yeah. Just, for laughs, I rolled it. Disaster devastates the land. MPS attacks the group. What's an MPS?
I don't know. It probably meant NPC.
Maybe.
Yeah, some of those are. Yeah, it's just like a civilization is destroyed, or you take 2 hit points or whatever.
Yeah, they're so weird.
All right,
Oh
let's
no,
say
we
you're
accidentally
tough.
built a civilization on the cake.
It's been just and it's been
Developed a
devastated.
culture.
Let's get crazy with it. Just you're in a magical place. In the time that the cake has been there, actual little things have started to like evolve on the cake. So you can either wipe them out, or the Ghost Kitchen will get a bad review.
Oh.
I'm gonna wipe out that culture.
Okay. But yeah, only you notice as you're cutting the cake. So
Yeah, he notices too late. It's like, shh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so.
Oh no, he's lived like Bethany.
Yeah, that's what runs through his head instantly. Oh, Bethany had it really hard. So much pressure.
Yes, the little fondant and cake people are now no more. And so, for not having achieved the maximum successes, you can have your choice of one of the 2 items that Fitzroy put up. There's Brell's Magnificent Morsels or the Perspicacious Pot. I can tell you what either of them do.
Sure.
Brell's Magnificent Morsels is a tin of 10 delightful little candies, each with a touch of magic. The flavor of each candy is a surprise. I know what they are, though. Be careful, some creatures find them literally irresistible. And a Perspicacious Pot is a large magical pot made of silver. When the lid is closed, a portal to an unknown shadow plane opens inside, and the pot's contents are temporarily devoured. 1 minute later, the contents are spit back out into the pot, returning slimier than when they entered. When the contents return after being devoured, a recipe for how to create that food, including the ingredients or parts, appears etched on the side of the pot.
Ooh.
I like both, but I think I'm gonna take the pot because I think Chris.
It's a group thing, so I don't know if you guys want to. Oh, I guess you made the bet. Yeah. Right, you can take the pot. Sure, gotcha.
For what it's worth, I would have agreed with you.
It doesn't run out.
I don't have a preference personally. I do recognize though that those morsels are definitely something that Doug had in his game where he played online on Twitch. So yeah.
Well, you could take the you can all have a magnificent morsel if you like. Though you can't take them all, but I mean you'll crack it open for a special occasion.
But you can eat one.
Yeah.
Sure, all you want.
Sure, roll a d20. There's nothing terrible. I mean,
12.
12?
12.
That is a lemon drop. So yeah, taste. I don't know if Oriman Urlu.
Yeah, I'll definitely eat one.
Sure, roll it up.
6.
That is pear. A juicy. It's not super powerful, but it's like nice, pleasant. It's actually after having all those heavy desserts, it's like that's a nice, pleasant little palate cleanser for you. It's just like nice pear palate cleanser.
Oh yeah, I'm going for it.
Sure.
5.
Black cherry.
Ooh.
So yep, just tastes like black cherry. No pit though, so that's cool.
Oh, that's very interesting. I like that.
You want one, Circus? There's nothing.
D20, you said?
Yep. It's the only guy
17.
we use. That is maple syrup.
Ironically, I have some right here.
Really?
Yeah, I was eating pancakes for dinner.
Well, then I will, in lieu of my roll, I'll say you're the one who finds that literally irresistible. It's like, you have that craving now, Circus, for maple syrup tasting stuff. So just note that. You got
Excellent.
maple syrups watching you.
So I will present the pot to Dr. Christopher.
Oh, what's this?
So Fitzroy wasn't sure that Ularn was going to really be surprised. He was really interested in a bet. So I put up a couple items. I didn't think I might need, since really not going to get a chance to really meet Five Hand Stan if he's been eaten already. Definitely.
No, he hadn't been eaten. He ate Fitzroy. That's what he was saying.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I totally
As
misunderstood.
per their agreement, he prepared and ate Fitzroy when he had died.
Just for the record, you were asking me who my favorite traveling companion was. It was Stan.
Okay. But I put up, some shiny shells that I had kind of collected from my world, and and he put up this pot, and
Oh, well then it seems like it should be yours.
no, I think you do more cooking here than anybody else, and it kind of makes things weird, and he winds up we'll go through the short version of what it does, and I don't know, it sounded more up your alley than mine, so here you go.
I mean, yes, definitely yes. But also, I feel like because we are occupying Arlosh, we should present it to Sirkas. And I will show her the pot and be like, here.
I mean, it's just going to be in the kitchen anyway.
Yes, we are absolutely going to use this. I wonder, you know what? I bet if you stick your hand in there and close it most of the way, it's not a good idea.
No, probably not. Let's not do that. I will put up a sign just to make sure everyone remembers.
Yeah, I could see Quinoa trying something like that. So definitely good to, yes.
So during the party, I will go to Briggs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Darn it. I have too many tabs open. Forgot where I put that.
Oh, I found where you roll on the quest companion.
Oh, cool. So yeah, he'll he has like a little notebook of just notes and clippings and things like that, and it's all slimy though because it's a physical thing, but he's writing.
Okay.
He's got ectoplasm all over it. But he just he explains I don't know how much you want to get it, but people that are on the quest are just people that want to hope to find Excalibur someday. And his last his latest rumor is that it's was last rumored to be in the Vadani Empire, which is an empire of werewolves that was in the weird, actually. They're just a brutal sort of warlike empire that they operate there because there's not as much there's not as much blocking of moonlight, so they're powerful there.
So last rumored to be in the Vidani Empire, brutal empire of werewolves.
Yes.
Okay. So I would pull out my copy of Book of Aquatic Myths and Legends, where first read about Excalibur and go into how it was created and what have you, and just have a nice long conversation with this guy about it, and why I think it's worth seeking and whatnot.
He's just in chatting. He's like, do you think King Egther really had 100 folds on his toque and knew how to make all the eggs that way, or was that just part of the legend too? I've always wondered about that.
No, I think it really happened.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know. Sounds pretty unlikely. I mean, we all wear a toque, but he's like 100 ways to cook eggs. I mean, between you and me, I don't think there's 100 ways to cook eggs. He's like, what do you got? Scrambled, over easy, over medium? I mean, even if you get, noodly like that, 100?
But, I mean, it depends upon whether you're talking about adding things to it, because once you start adding layers to it, it's still cooking eggs, but you can add as many things as you want, and that makes a new recipe, right? Is that how it all works?
So you got a soul of a gourmand in you.
I mean, you've got, point over towards the table, and it's like, okay, you got a cake over there, eggs, over there, brownies, eggs, over there, you got, a whipped cream, eggs, just.
Oh, he's like, oh no, I mean, he's like, these hats, there's, I'm talking just egg, nothing else preparation, poached, scrambled.
I don't know. I mean, depends upon.
It's a culinary mystery. The world, the verse may never know the answer to these questions.
Well, if we find Excalibur, then we might just.
Well, good luck to you. And towards the end of the party, you see that Alfonso is sort of like connected with Arlash because it was partially to feed him too because he was hungry and he's been good too. And they're sort of like talking to each other and Alfonso comes back over into the kitchen after speaking, quietly with Arlash and hangs his apron up on the thing and puts his toque up on the shelf. And everybody's like, "Is it time, man?" He's like, "I think this was it. I think I did it." And they're like, they're all wishing him well and sort of like just chatting amongst the crew there. And he has prepared his finest meal, so he's gonna move on to the great beyond. And comes to thank you guys. He's like, when I apparated at work today, I really didn't think today would be the day. But he's like, between seeing this guy have dessert for the first time and helping your ship out here, your Arlash, I mean, he was really hungry. And you see now that his coloration is definitely solid purple all throughout. He is very happy. And full. And that guy just sort of, he's like, okay, well, we have an exit interview and stuff, and Fitzroy takes him in the back to, talk about that.
Oh, how nice.
And and that's so Arlash is full up. Actually, this is kind of weird because I thought this was just going to be like a quick little aside, and then we get to the thing, so I don't really want to start another session now. So, I mean, is there anything else you guys wanted to do or wrap up with? I mean, I know it's a few minutes early, but
back to
this would be like 10-minute killer, 20 minutes.
back to the ship to to the Hippo Tracer.
Okay.
I would like to pull Erlon to the side. So, look, I'm sorry about kidnapping you into my basement with my Eldritch horror. I'm not great with people skills when I'm not just entertaining, if I'm being honest.
Oh, that's okay. And I give you like a big slap on the back. It's only fair. I did kidnap first one of your hires. So I guess we're even now. And I see why you did it. And I can see how some people might get offended or be upset, but I'm not. Bethany was absolutely delightful. Do you think I'll be able to visit her again?
Of course, you can anytime I use this key and expend a bit of magic.
I'm gonna get a big slice of cake to bring back to Bethany.
Oh, of course. I have a little bit of a confession. Growing up with my very particular interests and sensibilities, I didn't much fit in with other human kids. Most kids don't like spiders, skeletons, and the like. I didn't have many friends. And the friends I had were more kids that were entertained by me. I'm very good at entertaining people. I'm very good at knowing what people like and how to present them with what they like. But I don't often get to be myself around people. Sirkos is sort of an exception that I really appreciate, and she is such a genuine person I want to get to know. But I feel like you, having your background dealing with comrades and such, maybe understand the distance of pseudo friendship a little bit better. And I don't know. I guess I just wanted to say that I do consider you a real friend.
Well, I'm honored. I've never had a non-gift friend before, and I really enjoy being part of the crew. And I'm so happy you guys let me come along and didn't turn me in. You know, they would have given me a pretty good reward. They really don't like deserters. And I know what it's like. I had to pretend as a kid that I liked playing with guns and bombs because it's really weird if you're a gift and you don't. But, you know, it just never interested me. I always felt like I was different and didn't fit in.
Right? Yeah, like I totally get that. I liked playing with skeletons and, dead things and reanimating them and things like that.
Yeah, that's why when the position opened up to study and become an infiltrator and commando, I decided to do that because it let me be alone and be away from the rest of the GIF a little bit more. And nobody knows this, but I would sneak off on training missions and just spy on other cultures and other people that weren't GIF. And I wouldn't collect any of the intel. I would just watch them. Oh, wait a minute. That sounds creepy. Not like that. I just wanted to experience what they were experiencing. Something
like that Chris Nolan movie. No, not like that.
I mean, in all fairness, I sounded sinister like 5 times today. But, I became a doctor for a similar reason. I wanted to make my own friends that would be okay with rotting corpses shambling across the halls, or Posse, my beloved reanimated roadkill, or, the Eldritch terrors that I made friends with at night. I get it. I really get it. And I really appreciate your friendship a lot. I really do.
Well, thanks, Christopher. And I'm going to still try hard to learn how to cook.
And I'll try hard to teach you. And we're going to start with proper ingredients.
I can't wait.
And we are definitely going to work together to bring Dr. Sherbert to justice. Not because what he did was atrocious, although it definitely was. I'm very interested by that. But I trained him better than that. When you commit an atrocity, you do not leave evidence. He did nothing but leave evidence the whole way. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that is really bad. He should have probably bit down on a cyanide capsule or something for that.
Or something like that, Yeah.
Where are you guys having that conversation, by the way?
I don't know, probably on Arlosh.
Probably. Oh, okay.
Arlosh is probably eavesdropping.
I was going to say, actually, Bert and the other two, he's the representative for those bitter bugs. As you're saying, he's like, yeah! He's like, go give that guy what for. He just sort of pipes out. He's just sort of scuttles out of a shadow nearby and says that.
Those guys are sneaky.
They're like, oh man, we love it here. You guys are really stacked up on sugar too. It's awesome.
So the ghost kitchen, is it kind of shutting down now because they're moving
just
on?
that one guy. That was that one guy's
Okay.
best meal ever. So he got to hang up.
You got to move on.
Yes.
Nice.
Was it Fitzroy that actually got to move on?
No, it was Alfonso, the guy that was making smash with you guys.
Sirkos?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
I mean, seeing your friend as a ghost, that can't be easy.
I mean, he seems to be doing just fine.
Did he answer any of your questions about what you forgot?
I believe we parted ways before my memory started fragging, so no.
Oh.
Do you want to say, I didn't want to step on a narrative, that could have been something you remembered or not. That's up to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's something that I didn't have in my head previously, but I certainly do now.
Okay, good. I just didn't want to misrepresent it.
No.
Does Orlash forget too? Yeah, he's more like he just. If you asked him, he's like, I don't know. There's a period where, I just figured I was too young to even remember really what was going on. It was just paying attention to what my mom needed. And that guy, Kieran Bull, he's the one that kind of took us through the weird in the first place. Maybe he had something to do with it. I don't know.
So, Urulu, what do you think of the outside world?
I mean, so
Now
far
that you've been
it's
here.
really, a lot to experience. It's been, a lot of fun and meeting everybody. I don't know if it's normal to just every time you turn around you get to meet a new celebrity, but so far, ever since I ran out of snacks for Erlash, it's nothing but meeting Serkas and Fitzroy and Nerlag and you guys. This is just amazing.
You're amazing too. Don't forget that.
No.
What did you do before? What was your job?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, really isn't much job. I mean, swim and get food and get entertainment.
A life of leisure.
Kind of.
It's like an idyllic society, kind of. Then
Basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a whole lot of.
It's a hippie commune.
Well, they live. They just take what they need from the land, sort of thing.
That's why they're psychedelic. Ah.
They're all surf bums.
Urulu's a mood ring octopus.
Basically.
Hey, Erlash picked up.
I'm actually mad at myself for not noticing that pun until just now.
So, you had no purpose?
I don't know what. I mean, you live. I mean, what was there? You really supposed to have a purpose?
Yeah, you got to do stuff to make the living mean something. At least that's what they tell you when you're a gift.
Well, I mean, after watching so many programs, the idea set in of how nice it would be to go out and go do things. But I mean, it didn't really seem like it needed purpose. It just seemed like fun.
Well,
Interesting.
Maybe we can all have fun together. Pursuing Dr. Sherbert, who needs to remember not to leave a trail.
Why is he named after food? Isn't Sherbert a food?
I mean, isn't green a color? Yet that's some people's last name.
Is it?
Yes. I mean, humans, we have surnames, which is where you have a family name and then you have your name.
So the name is so important, you got to address it by a sir?
Not in the general sense. Surname is not S-U-R, not S-I-R. Everyone has a surname, even non-sirs.
Interesting. We just have one name.
Interesting.
Dat. And that's what we'll pick up next week. Because it's 10 o'clock. Thanks for eating up those few minutes there, folks.
Happy to oblige.
With your RP. No, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody. Let's see. Dave will not be here tomorrow because it's Wednesday, and that's when we're back to in-person filming.
Yes, I think maybe Friday or maybe tomorrow. You'll see that first video.
I would thought, though, if you are looking to, get
in that's right.
tomorrow, there is a link down in the description. I'll be appearing on Erasmus Expedition, as a guest of their game called Shades. It's going to be interesting. It's a magic set in the 1920s.
Ooh,
so I'm very excited to play in that game. So
what game is it?
Was it?
What game is it D&D?
No, it's a setting that or a system that's being tested. I think it's called Glyph.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. I watched the first play test of this particular game. So come check it out if you're looking for some gameplay. As I said, link is down in the description. I know we'll share it out on our socials tomorrow. So
and then and then Dave will be back Thursday and Friday at noon for live chats. And you guys have anything to plug, Steven? You have your game too. I mean, you want to shout out
Oh.
for their day?
Yeah, Robin and I play in a game. It's called Quill and Sword. It's with a bunch of us author writer friends, and we play D&D in my dark fantasy setting that hopefully you guys will get to see in our next
Oh yeah,
Nerdarchy
that's the same
thing.
Actually, super
Um,
fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
We have a YouTube channel. It's called Quill and Sword, and it has like a little gold logo with the quill and the sword crossed and stuff. And we upload our videos every other week because then we, on our off week that we don't upload on YouTube, we play on Twitch. So yeah, it's fun. It's a blast. It has feels. And Robin plays the best Mercy Monk
Oh, thank you.
in the world.
So yeah, check that out, and thanks for hanging out with us while I play Ingest Quest 2. And until next time,
Stay nerdy.
Nerdy.
point down, guys.